Hello, Gundam Nightingale fans. I am definitely a fan. I'm trying to collect all the smaller ones, not the 1/100 stuff. That's just crazy, too big. But I thought I'd give this a try. I've never purchased an NX Edgestyle figure before, so let's check this one out. Hopefully it's new. I don't know. I bought it online. This is from 2016, it says, so it's getting kind of old. I know there's a metallic version as well. If this thing goes well, maybe I'll actually buy the metallic one. Yeah, nice promotional images. Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, that's it. You can obviously see some of it through the window as well. Looks like it's just raw plastic. And it is probably used because the thing is not taped. Anything else in there? Nope. Well, at least we got the instructions. And yes, it was cut open before. Oh, big stand. Little stand action there. Oh, another piece there. And we got this thing here. Get that out. Alright. I guess, I don't know if this person cut this open as well. Okay. Oh, the stand action. Oh, it's probably for the funnels. I don't think you're gonna really need instructions. There are only so many parts, but alright, they are there. And I don't know who drew this wallpaper back here, but it's pretty awesome. So I thought I'd just show it. Let me get it into frame more. There you go. Very cool. I like that thing. Alright, back to this thing. Alright, let's just start with the way it is. So the bottom of the feet here, you know what, I'm going to move the camera in because it's too far away from my arms to grab it. So you can see it's the raw plastic. It's kind of like a shiny plastic. That's why the metallic might be worth buying. Yeah, the gray is really kind of weak here. It definitely looks very toy-like. The white tanks don't look so bad. I'm just accustomed to seeing printing, but maybe these toys weren't that expensive. It's kind of like a model kit, it seems like. Maybe it's like a model kit put together. No, I don't know. Well, anyways, you can see it's torn off the sprue there, but that gets hidden away. So, decent enough details molded there. You could add panel liner pretty easily and paint it up nicely. Alright, so we got some, you can see that raw, swirly, like plastic that's very common on, like, it reminds me of like a model kit, you know? And, okay, well, back of the leg details is okay. Let's see about this arm here. So it's interesting, this giant robot would have stuff covering up the mechanics here, like it's wearing like clothing, but this is a giant robot, you know, in this fictional world. You can see really here how bad this plastic looks. Like it's not even smooth. Like I don't know what happened there, but it's like maybe the plastic flowed into the mold in a strange way. It's like wavy or something. Kind of strange. It's not good. Alright, well, it looks like articulation-wise here in the arm, there's a butterfly, this white thing here going into the torso, and then on that is this, well, you can see the whole thing's falling apart. So there's a hinge right here, you can see, and I guess it's pegging into the other side. Yeah, let's see. Well, it doesn't want to come off, so, alright. So then here, it would peg into this hexagonal hole, and then there's a hinge here for, oh, that's actually a pretty good bend there, but maybe it would collide with itself. It's a really bulky Gundam, so, or mobile suit. I don't think it's a Gundam, it's a Zeonic suit. Actually, it can clear. It's a good 90-degree bend or so, so that's nice. There's a peg hole for the shield. The hand is in the fist, but it looks like it can hold a weapon, and it can rotate only. It doesn't seem to be on a ball peg, so there's no angling. It's just rotation. But it doesn't collide with this thing, so that's kind of nice. All right. Let's see here. These things don't flex or move. They're just molded into this mid-upper torso piece. And then we got some thrusters there. And they're pretty good. You got some ribs in them. They're pretty far down in there. They're not very shallow, so that's nice. They look like thrusters. Well, a lot of molded details here. You know, little dots and stuff. Very cool. The head here, it can... What's going on? Oh, it actually rose up and sank down. Look at that. I guess there's a ball. Yeah, there must be a ball up in there. I'm not sure if you're going to see it, but on top of that peg. But that thing is hinged. Hopefully you can see. Oh, maybe now. This white collar thing, it's hinged, so you can get a little head up and down. Unfortunately, the top of the head fell off. But there's a tiny mono eye here, and it's pink, but it's not metallic. And you can spin it, so you can go off to the side. And then that pegs in here. Now the question is, yeah, just the sound of that, it's not PVC. It's like probably, I don't know, ABS or styrene. So if this fell off a bookshelf, that's I feel like it might snap or bend in a way that it won't want to bend back. And that was pretty loose because you saw it just fall off. So I would suggest you either glue that in place or use poster putty, because if you glue it in place it might be hard to move the mono eye. But poster putty doesn't, you know, it's not permanent. It's like a, but it never hardens, you know. You can leave it in there. Alright, so I assume this arm is the same in its mechanics. I will say, whatever's going on in that shoulder, it can move back pretty far, right? You can actually get a great amount of arm articulation out of this guy. This is definitely played with before. The joints seem to be quite loose, but it's holding up. If anything's too loose, I'm going to just put poster putty in it. Look at that. That's actually really good in articulation. So that's impressive. It's just weird that oh, you know what's going on? These arms, I think these arms are PVC, because look at that. That's way soft. So this is a different material entirely. That's why it looks so different. PVC, I guess, just doesn't mold very clean like a hard plastic like this does. Okay. Look at that. That's funny. Alright. And then we got these front shields. They're hollowed out quite a bit. But there's details back there, so that's good. The thrusters here, though, there's no white paint or anything like that, so that would require some paint effort. The thrusters here, again, they're nice and deep, but you know, they're just the same red as everything else. But these are PVC, probably to clear the legs, you know, from moving around. You can see the hip here now. There's a ball peg and there's a cup, and it's got a slit in it to kind of snap up and around. So I don't think that's going to fall off easily, which is good. I really wish like the STCS figures had that kind of system, because the legs on the STCS figures, model kits that is, they tend to fall off very easily. This is super loose here, but there's a hinge here now in the knee. And then amazingly, this thing also has a lot of articulation here. This is a really bulky mobile suit, right, or mobile armor. But it's doing a good job of posing. So, granted, it doesn't have everything else on it, but look at that. That's just, well, that could be a strange position. So you can think whatever you want with that. There's a peg stand hole there, so that's good. All right. Oh boy, the head went flying off again. Yeah, so I think poster putty might be advisable, or gluing like this one if like you don't intend to ever paint it. But if you're gonna paint it or anything, you should do it before you glue it together. Why is that not going in there? There's a slide. Oh, it actually has a V shape to it. That's why. I don't know if you guys see that. See? So that, I guess that's smart because it won't just fall out so easily. But it does mean you gotta slide it up in there like that. And then I guess if you glued it right there, it would be, it won't fall out so easily. So yeah, still the leg here, a lot of movement. And then the foot is just on a ball peg, it looks like. Oh, but does that thing... No, I thought for a moment that hinged, but why is the ball way back there? Right? Huh. And then what's going on here? Does this thing... No, I thought that spun around in there, but no, it doesn't. So that's interesting that that ball is way pushed up against that gray, and yet it still seems to work. Alright. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Oh, wait a sec. This one looks like it's extended. So I think this ball peg can raise up. I don't know. I don't know. It's not, though. That tail fell out again. No, it's not moving, but... Well... Could just leave it alone, I guess. Yeah, so this is problematic. Alright, well, going here, let's start building this guy up. I think we're done. Well, you got some torso rotation as well, but no ball, so it's just a horizontal twist. These armor plates don't move either. Yeah, we're gonna have to poster putty that right now because it's just annoying. I'm gonna put some on the top. And it'll drag through that whole thing. Okay, so there. What I do like about this one is the nose, or whatever you want to call that thing, is not touching the ground. A lot of the other ones, like both the front and back, are just scraping the ground. But this one has, it looks like it could actually walk. Okay, well, so the thruster here, again, is really nice and deep. It's got some nice ribs going around it. Sorry, I'm losing focus all the time. It's having a hard time, my phone focusing between white and dark. But yeah, that looks good. So that's going to pop up in the top area, like so. I suppose you could put it in upside down. I'm not sure if it matters. It wants to collide though with the red, but it looks like it can still fit. But I don't think it's really supposed to collide against the red body like that, so... It seems like it's weird, like the alignment of it, because it's a V instead of a rectangle, like it can swing side to side. Oh, wait a sec, it is supposed to go in the top. You see this little square? There's a square cutout there. So, that is strange, but I guess it is supposed to actually touch that red bodywork. Unless I push it in further, maybe it'll clear it. Oh wow, so it will clear it. That's just a really tight fit, which I guess you can expect from Bandai. So now this arm fell off. Just gotta keep on adding some poster putty. Alright. And yeah, I guess I have poster putty at the top of the head. That looks weird without it. Okay, so let's get the other booster tank there. So this has a triangular shape. I don't know which way it goes. That's what the instructions are for, but I like to do things the dumb way and just experiment. I think it's supposed to go like this. It's interesting, you know, these are just blanked off, and I guess they're supposed to... Oh, that's quite hollow. Yeah, that does work. I mean, it looks pretty seamless. Really well designed. Again, really nice details on the thrusters. Now the other arm fell off. Okay, well, now you know. I mean, it might be like this brand new. I don't know if a brand new one would be tighter or not, because this isn't PVC. This is hard plastic here, so it shouldn't stretch. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any stress marks there. I think maybe it's just that the pegs are a little bit too small. What's going on? I'm trying to get that thing in there. There we go. Whew. Alright. What is next? Well, we got the verniers, or the giant wing-like things with 16 million thrusters. Again, really nice thruster details. A lot of different levels, so you could paint different colors. Yeah, it's nice. You know, it's just that raw plastic though, so... Alright, that has a bit of a notch in it. So that like snapped past, or it's locking in these little spots here, so that's nice. It's not so loose. There's something inside of there that must stretch as you push it in. There, you can hear the snap, so that's good. Yeah. So it also allows nice easy movement, because that shaft is so long, so that's cool. You can do crazy poses with these things. Moving on, we got a pretty nice rifle here, standard Nightingale rifle. It's a metallic gunmetal, I would say. It's a little bit of it's a matte finish. It's not glossy, so looks good. The only thing that's not though is look at the barrel. They're just flat. You know, I wish they would mold it so it has a recess like a barrel would have. So that's unfortunate. I think it usually goes on this side. That's a pretty tight fit there. Yeah, so I can pose that, alright. And on this side, I guess we might have him wielding this sword. It's not transparent. I thought this would be a transparent plastic like the model kits, but no, it's painted. It's painted this crazy chartreuse color. It's like a fishing lure. It's metallic as well. It's not, yeah, I feel like it's metallic. Maybe it's silver first and they put a clear over it, but that would take too many steps. So I didn't even really talk about it here. We do have the white up on the vents up here, or the thrusters here. And then this is nice. This Xeon logo is raised, painted gold. And then you have Char Astable's little signature squiggly thing there. So that's nice. Okay, let's pop this in here. So you got super long handles, so you can orient it that way, but if you want to jam it all the way through, you can. Alright. Oh boy, the back of the shield is kind of weak. I mean, it's molded details and all, but it just, I don't know. But this side looks really nice. Again, a raised gold thing here, and the matte black is nice. Well, you don't really look at the back of his shield too often anyways. But now you can see, this is the Nightingale's problem, it's so bulky. And you can peg that on the other side as well if you want. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so that's it for Nightingale. Not too hard to put together. You might want to invest in some poster putty though, if not glue it together. I'm not sure if these should come on the outside or not. I feel like, yeah, I don't think these would fit underneath this skirt, so they just hang out over here. Seems weird though, because it looks like the thruster here would burn it or something. Alright, so the legs again, and the arms are really impressive as far as their maneuverability. Okay, let's figure this stand out. It's quite elaborate for such a figure. It's not like a model kit stand though. It's totally different. I kind of wish it was a model kit stand, because then you could just, you know, peg it onto other, you know, displays with your models. So it's got like this round thing here. And, I'm gonna have to assume it goes in this way, but which, maybe from the bottom? That one seems tight. Let's try this one. No, let's try this way. No, that works, I think. Boy. So, I think that maybe the molding flashed there. And then here's a question: did they come apart easily? Well, I will give them credit. It's nice and tight. I think you're gonna want to take the effort of scraping or cutting these little things off. It might be causing too much friction. Yeah, that helped out a lot. Okay. So we do the same on this one. Now this is gonna be a challenge. Let's get these two together. Huh, that worked. Yeah, I think you gotta really trim those nubs off to make it nice. Otherwise, it might actually stress the plastic and cause it to break. I think these clear plastics are more brittle than the opaque stuff. Alright, so this must be the flight stand, right? It's angled, so it's gonna fly forward a little bit. I guess it would make sense to maybe have it towards the middle. Well, I should probably take a funnel or two off. So the funnels, yeah, there's all sorts of details underneath where you can't see it. So you could obviously, paint the thruster part. Oh, these 4 circles must, help direct it as, strafing movement while this sends it forward. Interesting. So the fit is just a peg there, and it's pretty good. So these funnels are PVC. See, I can bend it. So that's why it's a nice snug fit, because they're like stretchy a little bit. Spread that leg apart. I see. So in hindsight, it makes sense to actually peg this thing towards the back. Sorry, I've lost focus, but I need both hands. Yeah, you probably want to have it pegged somewhere in the back, so you can have the funnels flying in front. So, let me reposition the camera now. It doesn't actually look like it's leaned forward much, even though the peg is clearly doing so. I thought it would be more drastic. It kind of almost looks like it's just horizontal. But it is pressed up against there. Strange. But the torso can't lean forward, so I guess you gotta dangle the feet back to kind of exaggerate that. Maybe it's just gonna drop the gun. Maybe that'll go up. This goes back. That goes back. Alright. Oh, this is also... oh, I thought it was a shield handle. But I don't know. Oh, it is, yes. So if you want to put this on the shield and then have the hand hold it, that's why this would exist. Right, so that goes there, and then it can go into the hand, but I don't really want to do that. Or maybe, let's see if this peg goes into the arm. But it's going to go on the top of the arm on this side, whereas it go into the bottom on that side. Nice. I guess it just depends which way you spin the thing. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so that will work. Yeah, alright. I don't think I like it like that, because you can't actually see the black. You'd have to twist the arm significantly, so that doesn't make sense actually. So I think it's really best to have this only for the hand, holding in the hand, so then you can actually see the nice Xeon logo. I guess it's Neo Zeon. I haven't watched the whatever animation this thing comes from. So again, that whole arm joint is really loose. Right. So these things, this I am curious about. Yeah, alright. They just kind of go wherever you want. And then these are angled, but they don't actually peg onto these. So you have 3 angled ones. And then what? 5, 6? 6 of these things. What I just don't understand why they have these things. Like they're very distracting. There's actually some English here. So it says multiple stage can be attached to the top. Oh, you can stack this thing on top of the other one. So, but look, I don't know, that's really close to the actual top of the Nightingale. I don't think it would work well. Anyways, I guess let's just show. So the intention then is to take this plate, put it here, and then have funnels drop down. But I think it just looks weird to have all this clear plastic and stuff. So we're gonna never use those. Maybe I could use them for a different project or something. And then this thing is super tight. So tight I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. Let me wiggle it out. Patience, come on. Ugh, wow, that was really tight. You can see some plastic there. Alright. Just get some of these here. So ideally, you know, they would just have maybe only 3 of these and have longer versions of this. You seem awfully low, right? If the funnels start up here, I wonder if the funnels, those stands can actually go. So, like having funnels way down there just looks weird, right? What I'm wondering is, can this go in here? No. That would have been interesting if they had some clear bits that went in here, and then the funnels were attached to those. I think that would make a lot more sense. Yeah, so these things are super short, and it just seems odd, really, to have funnels below it when they start way up there, right? What do you guys think? Oh, it seems like there's 4 of them. Really, I don't know how many there are because this is a used thing. I don't know if the instructions show what's supposed to be in the package. Let me check that out in a second. You know, oddly, it does say, oh, I see, 3 bases and 4 funnel posts. So yeah, I do have all those, and then it has 6 of these stage posts. So I guess it did actually get everything. So the things that are left over are these 6 stage posts and my little hand grab for the shield. So let's do some approximate measuring here. Holding around the bottom of the foot there. I would say it's, well, it really depends how you situate these things. I guess that's as low as I can get them. With the actual stand, it's around almost 7 inches tall, actually. Yeah. Or like 16.5 centimeters. And then maybe just standing on its own, it might be like 5 inches tall or like 13 centimeters, somewhere in that ballpark. Alright, hold on. Put that ruler away. Alright, let's get this thing spinning. Guess this is a slow spin. And let's compare it to the other Nightingales I have now. So the most similar one, I guess, is this. This is the SDCS model kit. I had to paint this. It took a long time. But the SDCS, I mean, that thing's really wide. It's crazy wide. detailed up, of course, because it's a model kit. Alright, so it's pleasant that this is actually smaller, because I don't have much room to collect stuff. This is the converged one that I've modified as well, and so that's obviously much smaller. And then the smallest one I have right now is the Gashapon Senshi. And so I've reviewed all these other things. If you want to look them up, I've also painted this one up as well. I actually have the Artifact model kit. That probably will end up being the smallest one, and I just gotta get around to finishing it. I've actually started it, but sometimes I just don't feel like doing it all in one shot because it takes so long to make a model. But sooner or later I'll get it done. Alright, so there's your size comparisons. I think like the Converge is probably the best one for its size. Or possibly actually the Gashapon Senshi, because this Gashapon Senshi has more articulation than the Converge one. But you can definitely pack in more details, the larger you go. The Converge seems to have the more molded details and stuff. And also is painted. Whereas the Gashapon Senshi and this thing, they just have that raw plastic feel, this glossiness to it, but it's not quite super gloss, right? So it just looks like a cheap toy. Whereas this is like a matte red, and it just looks better. Alright. So if you're not really bothered by the finish of the raw plastic, I think if you bought this new, it's probably pretty good. But for me, my main issue is just that the joints are really loose. I can't really fault Bandai for that. I don't know how much this thing was played with before. I guess the only thing I wish I can fault Bandai for is maybe the lack of paint applications. Like, I could understand maybe the thrusters not being painted, but if you're going to take the effort to paint these white thrusters up here and the one in front, I think it'd be nice to have the ones on the skirt painted as well, just to match it all up, right? Alright, well, nevertheless, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Nightingale review. Bye now.